I know your time is valuable, so I'll get right to it. Throughout this episode, I'll be giving out the exact strategies that took me from £100,000 in bad debt to building a $13 million portfolio. But this journey has given me more than wealth. It's inspired a mission to help everyday people like you take control of your financial future. So every week, my team and I pour everything into bringing you market updates and proven strategies because we genuinely believe that everyone deserves financial security. No gimmicks or empty promises, just real insights from someone who has walked this path. And to help spread these insights to others who need them, I truly appreciate if you could subscribe to our channel. When you hit that button, you're telling the algorithm that our content is valuable, which helps us reach more people who deserve this opportunity. You're joining a community dedicated to financial independence for everyone. If you do subscribe, here's my promise. My team and I will make this show better for you every week. We'll listen to your feedback, answer your questions, and continue supporting your journey to financial success. So thank you for being part of this mission. Welcome everybody to this episode of the Lunchtime Investor. We are extremely excited to have a very special guest here who I will be introducing in just a moment. But we have something really special, right? So this episode number 7 is now a good time to buy or actually sell. And it's really interesting what's happening in the market. And remember what this episode is all about. Basically, we are going to be doing the talking. You're going to be doing the eating. It is the Lunchtime Investor Show. And I want to introduce somebody here, somebody very, very special. And that is Jolanda. Welcome.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you for flying in today. Where did you just come from?
Holland or the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Holland. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. This is one of our successful clients. In fact, if we could just show this slide, we can introduce her really properly. Don't laugh. You look good. What's wrong? I mean, do you remember this was at the members meeting in December time or
November?
November time, end of November, where we like to celebrate. And this is the most percentage made here in a single stock trade. Look at this, 299%, and that's a stock.
Yes.
It looks like a crypto, but that's actually a stock. So tell us a little bit. Congratulations, by the way, on winning the prize.
Thank you.
I think we had to take that picture 3 times, as far as I remember. That was really funny. So tell us. So tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get started? And was it easy, difficult? And the mindset. We're going to go into the mindset of it as well.
Yes. I started in 2022 when I saw you on stage with MMI.
You have a millionaire mind.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes, and it was. I think it was your last time that you were there, and I was really inspired to attend. So I bought the package over there, and then I went on a holiday.
Oh, that was like. So I bought the package and then I went on holiday. Okay,
yes.
Well, why not? Absolutely.
So I forgot everything about it, and I thought when I came back, I thought, no, this is too difficult for me. I can't get this in my head. But I attended some webinars and one workshop again. And then in January, during the workshop, I saw Dennis doing startups. And that was so easy. I really thought I can do that.
Okay.
And then I had a conversation with Matt, and I started with the crypto course.
Okay, so you started with cryptos first.
Yes.
And yet, 299% is on stocks.
Yes, because, yes. But that was a little bit later, because when I talked to Matt, yes, it was January, and then I started in, I think it was March with the crypto course, and I was inspired by the gold fast track.
So tell me, how simple was it then? Because you said at the beginning, there's no way I can do this. So was it difficult? And by the way, listen, this isn't about trying to make things look good.
No.
This is a real conversation here.
Yes.
So, and I don't know. Yeah, okay. You will anyway, right? So I don't know why I just said that. So tell me, so was it difficult for you at the beginning?
Yes, it was really difficult because...
What was difficult?
To attend the Q&As, to attend the webinars, and to attend the workshops. The workshops were easy because then it's 3 days and you are really inspired.
Right,
And
but what I mean is like, okay, so that's because some people are learning this and they don't have us, right?
yes.
They don't have the support and everything. But what were the strategies difficult? Is trading difficult? Is the mindset difficult? Is the volatility? What was difficult?
I think the strategies, the strategies are not difficult, not at all. But I think it's really the doing.
So tell me about that. What do you mean by the doing? Just do it.
I love to learn, but what I learned for myself, I'm a little bit stubborn. And then I thought, okay, I don't have time. I need to do it good. I really, there are so...
Do you mean that instead of just doing it the way it's taught, you just said, no, I kind of need to do it my way?
A part of that.
Okay.
But also to what I experienced, the technical stuff, that was difficult for me.
Okay.
To do trading
Computers?
view. Yes, it was really looking at trading view. Every time I started with it runs away or something like that, and then I felt stupid. And
Okay, but then you've had great success. So how did you overcome those difficulties?
When I started with gold, the gold fast track, because what I learned from myself, if I do it and just attend something and nobody is keeping me accountable, then I'm running away. There's always something what is more important, so I leave that.
Yeah.
And with the gold fast track, I'm holding accountable. I got into buddy groups, and they are doing the work.
So tell me, because not everybody's part of the Gold Fast Track, so how could you do it without the Gold Fast Track?
Okay, you can do it with the other courses, on the crypto courses. You can also do it if you have enough discipline, and if you are focused, then you can do it. But if you have a job beside that, I had at that moment 2 jobs.
Wow.
It was really tough to have the time or to make time for it, and for me it was a challenge.
Okay, so tell us about some of your other successes. Obviously stocks, we've got this one. What about cryptos?
Cryptos, I did quite well in, and I made with Solana, I made nearly 1,200%.
So 1,200%.
Yeah.
It sounds bigger, right? When people say 1,200, you go 1,200%. Do you think that's quite good success? 1,200%.
It was amazing.
Amazing, right?
And it was also good to
So
celebrate.
Can I just
celebrate it?
Can I just explain that? So that means that if you put $100, euros, or pounds in there, that then 100 gets turned to 1,200. If you put 1,000 in, then that's 11,000.
Yeah.
That's.
It was very good. It was very good, and also important is that you celebrate it.
Okay.
And that you made your wins, and then it's easier to continue, and you say, yes, what I'm doing is good.
Why is that important to celebrate?
Because there are also times then things going wrong, or you have losses.
Yeah.
And then you are in more in the negative part. But if you are in the winning mode, you are. Yeah, for me it was easier to enter the market again, to look at the market. Where are my possibilities? Where can I enter? What can I do? With the money I had from Solana, I was looking with the strategies which coin I could enter now, and see if there are some coins are left behind. So for me it was important to celebrate.
To celebrate. So how do you celebrate?
Oh, I jump.
You jump?
I jump.
Okay. You're jumping up and down. You're like, yeah, you're celebrating like that. So do you think everybody needs to celebrate every success? Do you find that celebrating leads to more successes?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For me it does.
I mean, that's something that we do teach, is that success, it does lead to more successes, which it's a mindset thing. But basically what we mean by that is that if you acknowledge something that you do, Because you could ignore it. You could just say, well, I made a trade, but yesterday I lost one, so so it doesn't really matter, or everybody's doing this. So, but if you actually count something, you acknowledge and you recognize something as a success, no matter how small it is. This is very important with the small stuff as well, not the big one. Everybody celebrates the big ones, but not the small ones. But that leads to more successes. So the more you celebrate, the more. Do you really believe that?
Yes, for sure. And I had some recent success, and it was tough for me because I learned now about compounding, and I want to leave everything on my account and adding only. But I needed the money at that moment, and I had some problems with the roof, and that was really
You took
expensive.
money out of your trading account?
Yes,
Yolanda.
it was really tough. And then I thought, okay, but I have to pay the bills, so I want to repair the roof. So I did that.
Fair enough. You do have to repair the roof.
Yes, and it's really expensive. So at that moment I thought, okay, I have to sell. And it was just after the tariffs with Trump, and in that period. So everything was down, and the XRP was also down. But I had a lot in XRP. And I thought, okay, I will sell XRP. Oh, I don't want it. I sell. I don't want it.
But it was down?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to sell.
Don't do it.
I don't want to. I sell. And then I sold it, and that was really a win for me. And why? Because I sold it with 200%, even that it was down. And then I celebrated again. I thought, I never had that on a bank, or I never got this
200%.
results. Never.
Yeah. Even though it was down, you still managed to make a profit of 200%.
I was so
I think you can,
proud.
I think you can. No, you jump. What's the clapping? You're jumping.
Not here.
Not here. Okay, but you jumped and you clapped, and you're right. 200%. I mean,
I thought, why shouldn't I be proud of myself and really thankful for this?
you might have to wait 100 years
I'm really grateful.
to get 200%.
Yeah, I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
So, but that was also a learning curve. That you can, if you need it and you have to, you need the money. Also, that is success when you
Nice.
got this
Very nice.
profit. Yeah.
Absolutely. That you can, doesn't matter where the price is, even if it's down, you can sell it, and that's still a success. That is
Yes.
awesome. That is
Yes.
awesome.
For me, it was.
So would you say that you're very good when it comes to mindset? Because I'm just wondering, the people on the chat here, and by the way, if you have any questions for Yolanda, I don't know whether we can say hello to everybody here from us, Investment Mastery, as well. But if you have any questions, maybe do some polls a little bit later. We're going to do all of that as well. This is somebody who's been very successful, 299%, and that is on a single stock. What about your entire portfolio? Do you have those results?
Yes, I have. I made more than 200%.
On which portfolio? The
All.
stocks or the...
All.
Really?
Yes,
On
I
the-
did
wow.
it quite well on crypto.
Yeah.
And my stocks were also successful on some items. Very good. Some 450%.
What? On what?
Palantir.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For those who don't know, Palantir is an AI stock, and some of these, they act like cryptos almost in terms of
Yes.
their results,
Yes.
which is why. And they're the two trends. Remember, in fact, let's see whether people know. Right? Can anybody tell me in the chat what are the two main trends that we are looking at the moment? Now there might be more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you that same question.
Okay, I
Okay.
will think about it.
Have a think about it. But we'd like everybody in the chat to see, what do you think the two main trends are at the moment when it comes to the stock market? And then I'm going to test you. I'm actually going to show you. I'm going to show you a chart. I'm going to say, what would you do? Would you buy? Would you sell? What would you do? And that's the theme of today. Yeah. So what do you think the answer is to that question?
I think AI is the one in
Artificial
stock.
intelligence, yeah.
Yes, and especially AI agents
Okay, yeah.
in that area. And yes, I don't know the other one.
Think crypto.
Oh yeah, crypto, of course. But
Blockchain.
crypto, the blockchain.
Blockchain.
Yes.
So stocks that can take advantage of the blockchain technology or be a proxy.
Oh, okay. I
Right,
know.
so if MicroStrategy, I mean, I think we discussed this
Yes,
last
yes.
week, but
Yeah.
there are quite a few that are now buying Bitcoin in the way MicroStrategy is, but they're way ahead. I mean, they are way, way ahead, MicroStrategy.
Yes.
But what's happening now, there are 9 proxies and it's funny, they didn't do Ethereum. There's no proxy for Ethereum. They jumped from
Solana.
Bitcoin to Solana.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Which is really interesting, huh? There's a
Yes.
couple like Soul Strategies, Juniper, I think they just changed the name, etc.
Yes.
One that just went on the stock market went up by 4,000% in one day. Now, this is speculation, clearly. There's no
Yes.
strategy behind that as well. We have CM here, and he said, I had a similar situation myself. Tell us more about that, CM. What did you do with, is it Starlink you're talking about? Is that a stock? I don't think I know much about that, but tell us a little bit more about that. So would you say, before we go into, and I'd love, by the way, it's 1 o'clock, we have to eat, you do realize that?
Okay.
Yeah? Should we
Go.
take a bite?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
it's 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
lunchtime trader, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. I should have asked you the question first, no?
Yes, I wanted to talk about Palantir because I sold it here for 299%, but I didn't sell everything at that moment, and I left a small part of that with me, and then I made 450%.
Wow. Okay, so this is really important, everybody. So Yolanda didn't just do what most people do. Yeah, they make 5%, they go, yes, and they take it all off the table.
Yeah.
She let it run 5%, 15%, 50%, 100, 150, 299. And even then, you didn't take it all off the table.
No.
You milked the cow. Can you do the noise?
Yes, I know it. But
Can you do the noise? Can you do it?
Like that?
So there's got to be a Dutch cow. No? Oh, no.
No, I
What is that? Okay, this is Dutch.
No.
Well, I don't know much about Dutch cows. This could be a Dutch cow.
Yes, it's a special one.
So you basically milked it, got some off the table, but let the rest run.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I was really proud, and I was really surprised.
You should be.
I was really surprised by it too. But I think many people made a lot of profits, and then it is so important that you take the profit and do it according to strategy, and leave it run. Really,
That's the two golden rules which we'll keep repeating,
Yeah.
which is to cut your losses short when you're trading,
Yeah.
but to let your profits run as long as possible. And I have to say, that is a mystical art. It's like, because do you get emotional?
Yes, I want to have it all.
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, at 299, it's enough, no?
Yeah.
It's enough. But who says it's enough? Who says? And then,
me.
okay, you, exactly. And by the way, just from a mindset point of view, now that you've made 299, 450, now that you know that that's possible, you're more likely to let some others run now, right?
Yes, yes. And that's really important. And what I learned at that moment also, that you have to set your stop losses quite well.
Because for those people who don't know, what's a stop loss?
A stop loss is that when the market is dropping at whatever reason it is, and then you are, I don't know how to say it in English,
It's like an
You have to help me.
automatic. Yeah, it's
Yes,
fine.
you have to help
It's
me,
like an
please.
automatic electronic order that's there,
Yes,
like a safety net.
yes.
You're walking along and and if you slip and fall, the safety net is there, takes you out. You're not there. You might be there, but you don't need to be there because it does it automatically. And
You have your money at a level you have set. And so
you set the stop loss.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you can raise the stop loss.
Yes, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And that's so
Never
good.
lower it, by the way, peeps. Okay. Some people. I remember I was not in Holland, but I was in. I think it was Norway. We had this big group of people, and I explained what a stop loss was. And then in the break, this gentleman comes up to me, and he said, I'm not going to do the accent. He basically says, now I understand what a stop loss is. And I said, great. He goes, yeah, because I was in gold and I had my stop loss underneath and the gold fell. So I So I lowered my stop loss, and I'm like, yeah, me too. I was in stitches. I was on the floor.
Wow.
Exactly. It's like, what? Well, why have a stop loss if you're going to move it down, right? And he goes, then the gold went down again, so I dropped my stop loss, and I was losing so much money, you know. I was on the floor. Not because he was losing money, but I thought it was hilarious because either you know, the stop loss is to stop your losses out,
Yes.
not to keep lowering to zero. What's the point of having it?
It's really funny, but
Yeah.
I can understand this, Marcus, because I made such a mistakes also. So
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. But you got to make
Definitely.
these mistakes. And we always say, make the mistakes with a small amount of money.
Yes.
So you don't make it later. It's okay to make mistakes.
yes, and that should be into all of you do what you are doing.
Yes, it's life, not just
Yes.
trading in a bit.
Yes.
I always
Also
think
losses. It should be in there.
losses, learnings, whatever you call them,
Yeah,
right?
mistakes and
Whatever
yeah,
you call them.
Yeah.
Because we always say you're either earning or you are learning.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's not, oh, I made a mistake. No. That was a learning.
Yes, but that you are not learning, you're learning not that at school, and you're also not learning that at your work.
No. And the government's going to teach you, and it's unlikely that your parents taught you. But let me ask you a question. Are you now teaching your children?
Yes, but they are not so open for it.
Okay.
Yes, they really, in the beginning, they thought, okay, Mama, what are you doing?
And now?
Mama, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Like that. Mama.
Sorry, let's just get some context here. How old are they, first of all?
26 and 23.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy, girl.
Boy, girl.
Boy, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, and okay, mama, and now?
And now
Mama!
they are
Mama!
yes,
Mama!
they are impressed, and they both opened an account, and also my brother opened an account. They are not that involved, but I leave them. I think I can show them, and if they want, they will come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I really think it's important to teach them, and to teach them that they do it on their own, and that they learn to create, besides your job, a wealth.
Let's come back to that as I show some
Yeah.
charts here.
Yeah.
No, let's
Yeah.
really come back to that because, you know, part of me thinks, yeah, but now's a good. Well, I'm not gonna.
That's difficult, you know,
That-
if you are a parent.
Of course, because if you push too much, they'll run away. If you know, go, then maybe they'll come following. But everyone's different as well. One child, it's like you better do it otherwise, and they go okay. And the other one just laughs at you. You use the same thing. It doesn't work because they're different, right? So there you have to make it more of a game. Hey, I bet you can't. Like, let's go and do it together.
Yes, but they have also, my children are working, and they have their career, they have their relationship, they
They're
have their
adults.
friends.
Yeah.
Growing up, and then I say, but you need to put some time in this. Mama, I'm busy, I have this. But they are now, they have an account. We started.
You know what I've noticed, and then we'll go on to because I really want to show you this chart, and I want everybody to look at this, especially from CM here. Oh, what was it? We've got a little poll investing in AI blockchain. Oh, we've got a little poll going. Okay, and it's like, what will you be investing in? And let's see, 66% said AI, and blockchain 33. There should have been a third one, which is both. Both.
Very important. I
Right.
learned from you now,
Yeah,
more and more.
this and this.
Yes,
Both.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, let's come back to the children thing. Because what we want to talk about a little bit here is we want to talk about Apple. Something's happened with Apple and also BTC, right? So basically, Trump. He's threatening again,
know.
threatening.
Yes.
He likes to threaten. He likes to rattle the cage, you know, this. But it's also
Good.
his way. It's good, but it's also his way of negotiating, and you know, it's like
Not everybody is happy with it.
no,
but,
of course,
But on the other
50-50,
hand, yes.
or maybe
yes.
51-49. I don't know.
No.
But he says that if he's going to put, he basically said to Apple, look, I'm going to put 25% tariffs on you, unless you come to the US and you manufacture in the US. Now, it's going to be a lot more expensive to start manufacturing in the US. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Just yes or good or bad? What do you think? Is it to go to the US or? Because he moved it, I think, from China, his manufacturing. He wants to move it to India. Cheap.
Yes. He is going for cheap. I don't think that it is in the end smart. I think it should be everywhere.
So you're into globalization.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
He's not.
No,
He's
no,
into
but-
nationalization.
Yes, but then you are doing something like this,
Of
and you
course.
protect. And
Yeah, but it's not make the world great again. It's make America great again.
yes,
Yes.
but the world, it's about everyone.
Hey,
It's
listen, I'm
not.
not arguing. I'm just,
It's
you know.
not only America.
So here's the thing, right? So they reckon that if there is a 25% tariff, then and they're going to move over to. And by the way, I'd love to know from other people here. What do you think? Right? What do you think? Do you think that Apple should move its production to the US or keep it in a country where it's cheaper? Go ahead and write it down, and I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because on the one side, this is the argument. You have what they call kind of like sweatshops, almost slave labor,
Yes.
right? Exploitation.
Yes, for sure.
On the other hand, it makes it really nice and cheap for people like you and me to buy. So if you were to go over to the US, now the cost of an iPhone is $3,000 because you have to pay Americans to do it. I don't know what you saw.
Yes.
I don't know what you saw on TikTok, on YouTube. All the China put up all these like manufacturing units with lots of really big Americans, and like I don't know whether you saw that. And they were kind of laughing at it. But anyway, so that's the conundrum. It's easy to say this, but then what about that? It's easy to say that, but then what about that? Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, keep it in a country that is cheaper, says Rajesh, because obviously you want to keep it cheaper. So you're okay for it to have sweatshops and taking advantage of people, minimum wage, no breaks and all of this. Now, I'm obviously, exaggerating the point, but...
Yes, I think so, because it's also work for the people there.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So you don't know everything, so, yeah.
So for them, it still pays for
Yes.
food, their family, etc.,
Yes.
and so forth. But here's the thing, all right? So what do you like, by the way, Apple is a good company? Like in general, very
Yes.
profitable? They make
Yes.
billions of profit?
Yes,
Yeah?
the fundamentals are great.
Great fundamentals, very good. So really, what about, do you feel that Apple might be lagging in AI? It doesn't seem to be as advanced as Google and some of the others. What would you say? Microsoft, OpenAI, it doesn't seem as advanced?
Yes, but quite often they are in the background and they are
Could
doing
be.
a lot. But yes,
But you want to make sure, okay, are you in Apple?
I'm in Apple.
You're in, that's why you're
Yeah.
saying all these things. Okay.
Yes,
All right,
I'm
try
in
and keep
Apple.
that aside. Try and be objective here, okay?
I'm objective.
Because Nokia was at the absolute forefront of its technology. Then when the iPhones came, Nokia died.
I know.
So it's dead, right? So, but I want to show you this chart. Can we just show this chart here? And I want you to have a look at this, okay?
Yes.
So Yolanda is gonna look at this, okay? It went from its high of 260. I mean, you're in this, right? I don't know when you bought, probably at $10, but no.
No.
Okay, but it's at 260, and then it's really come down. In fact, it went down 35%. I don't know whether we can see that here, but actually,
Yes, I can see it quite bright.
yeah,
Quite-
35%
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay, and now it's gone back up already, right? So what would you do? And I want everybody in the chat as well. What would you do? Like, let me go back to it. Okay, would you buy it now? Would you sell it now? Because this thing's crashing, man. This is crashing. And this is, I'm trying to think of a word that they would use in the media. This is a drastic crash of epic proportions. No? Well, you know how
well?
they do in the media. Are you okay, Marcus? Right? I see what she's doing here. Calm down. It's like it's okay, right? There's a poll in the chat here as well. So what would you do? Get out. Panic.
No. I will buy more
Why?
because it's going down. I will buy some more.
Tariffs.
Yes.
It's
No
not
problem.
keeping up with AI. The next Nokia. Yolanda, what are you doing?
I think it's a good company, and I still believe in it. And I think it's going down now for 30%, 35% even. I would do 2 entries, I think, besides what I already have.
2 more entries if it falls further.
Yes.
So what she's looking to do is to get her average price down, but she knows exactly when she's getting in. It's not I'm talking for you here. It's not
great. You're great. Really,
I'm
that you do
channeling
that.
your. Yeah, I
you're
think
really
I.
good.
Yeah. But predetermined entries that you know in advance.
Yes.
So it's never a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, it's full. What do I do? What do I do? As most people
No.
sell, or you would buy. No. You know in advance. Yes.
Yes, and I have some alarm in it.
Mm-hmm. So
And-
would you use TradingView for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
you have an alarm. You know exactly when to
in my
buy.
email.
Poorly,
Yes,
you know.
I have.
Okay, so what do we have here in the chat? Buy more for shoes, says Kabekas, I think that's the name. Can't go wrong with Apple. Ooh, that's what they said with Nokia. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong?
Everything can go wrong.
Mm.
For sure it can.
And that's why I'm sure you put all your money into this one stock, Yolanda, yes?
No,
Oh, you diversify.
I diversify.
You have to diversify.
Yes.
Because you don't know. It doesn't matter. Because you're looking at what? 4, 5, 6 stocks that you really believe in that you know can't go to zero, at least for the next few years.
Yes, I have that in my portfolio.
So we know
Yes.
Apple can't go to zero within the
Yes,
next few
yes.
years, right?
Yes, and we look at some companies who has really chances. Yeah.
Okay, very, very good. So what would the others do? Let's see. What Kabaka says, can't go wrong, can't go wrong. We've got a poll up. Let's see, end the poll. What would you do? Buy now. 73% of you said buy now. And the others is hold out. But I think the question was, would you sell? But anyway, so hold out. Okay, there you go. They're agreeing with you.
Yes, I see a little bit exactly the same with Tesla
Oh.
and with Elon Musk
Mhm.
in government and it
Yeah, the
went
whole
down.
Doge thing. They had a lot of
Yes.
haters there.
Yes, a lot of hate, but the fundamentals were still good.
Yeah.
So I entered and I get out, and I entered and I get out.
So what do people think in the chat? And what do you think about this? About the fact that, when Elon Musk did the whole Doge thing and he saved, $500 million, maybe more, maybe less of costs, found a little bit of corruption, maybe, etc. But what a lot of people focused on was two things. One, the way it was done, right? Not very nice.
No.
And the second thing is people lost their jobs.
Yes.
Yeah. And on the other hand, he was trying to save America because the more it's going into debt, the worse it's going to be for America and Americans. So what are your views on that?
I think he tried to do something, I think what was really good, because the expenses what they pay on the administrative departments is really extreme. You see more sides on it, and what you said before, he isn't really nice. He missed something. Communication is really important.
I think he's a bit of a genius, and
Yes.
therefore he's going to be very extreme this way, which means he's not very good at this part, which
Yes.
might be the interpersonal relation.
Yes.
But he shouldn't be doing it. Somebody else should be doing that.
Yes, a spokesman or should be there.
Yeah, spokesman. Yeah, absolutely.
Spokesman, yes.
Yeah.
That would be.
Are you allowed to say that? Spokesman, spokesperson, spokeswoman? Nowadays,
No, I don't know.
let's keep it woke here.
Yes, it's like somebody who is doing the communication. I think that sounds a little
Absolutely. Got to be careful, right? I'm chairman.
Yes.
I can't be. I'm a man.
But he touched something what really needed to a change. But what I saw also on the other side, that there were a lot of people who had that job because of some things that
Were they even alive? I mean, I focused on that. I focused on the good he was doing.
Yeah.
There was a little, I'm sure, some casualties of that.
Yes.
Nobody gets things 100% right. But I thought he did a really, really good job. But people have extreme views. I don't really like extremism. I like to see both sides. I'm going to show you another chart here. Can we show this chart here? So let's move on to cryptos, where you made even more money, right? 1,200%. So what do you think of this chart? Because since April. Okay, I don't know whether... here we go. So since April, Bitcoin has gone up 50%, right? 50%, which is incredible, 50%
Yes.
in 2 months.
Yes.
Okay, and it went up to its all-time high, just nicking 112,000 and now falling
Excellent.
again. So I'm going to ask everybody on the chat here, is now the time to get in or time to sell? Time to get in or to sell, or any other comments you want to do. We're going to do a poll as well, but any other comments? Because this is what people are asking right now, because everybody normally waits until it goes up, no, up, and it hits an all-time high. They're like, now. But that's right at the highest point it's ever been. Hello? What would you say?
I'm really in that too.
What? You're
Looking what to do.
Both.
No. I'm not going to buy now. I bought it when it was 28,000. So
you're in profit.
Yes, I'm quite well in profit. But I'm thinking of getting a little bit off the table. That's what I'm thinking.
It's time to moo again.
10% of the table.
So you're gonna milk the cow? Do your Dutch one again.
That's really funny. No, thank you.
No, okay. So you're going to take 10% off, you think?
Yes, that's my idea.
When? Easy to say, not so easy to do. If you bought it around 28,000, by the way, that's a lower average than mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So and now it's up. Okay, go on then. When?
I'm doubting. Maybe when it goes to the 112, and then I sell.
Why 100? It went to 112.
Yeah.
Did you sell?
I didn't sell at that moment.
Okay, why?
But why? Why? Yeah.
But now that it's come down, if it ever goes back up to that point, oh, definitely. Oh, no, hold on. It's in a bull market. Maybe I'll wait a little bit.
No, I go, for me, it's 10% I want to do. Yeah, I want to.
I know you do want to, but are you going to? It's tough.
I know.
The
It's
emotions.
really tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. And when it went back to 76, it was really tough. I said, whoa, why didn't I take something?
You don't want to repeat that mistake. This is how we learn.
Yes, I did that. At that moment, I took 10%.
You took some more? Okay.
10%.
When it went down?
No, when it went up to 109.
Ah, you did.
Then,
the last time. Then it went down.
Yes, and then I thought, oh, why didn't I took 20%? But I did it.
Why did I only sell 10%?
Yes, but
hold on.
10%.
If you took it 109, you didn't buy more at 72, did you?
No.
So therefore, why would you? The difference between 109 and 112 is so small. Are you sure you want to? I'm just asking. Are you sure you want to take some more for? Because you think you should have taken maybe 20% off.
Yes, I want to have 20%.
Well, not everybody agrees with you here, because John Bayer says sell. The Centurion 01 says get in. It's gonna keep going. And CM says stick to the strategy.
Yes.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm going. I don't want to say think anymore. I'm going to sell 10%.
You're going to sell another 10%.
Yes.
If it goes
back to the 112.
Yeah. So here's the challenge with that, right? And I'm just being devil's avocado here, which is that, we are in a bull market. For something to go up 50% in 2 months, and it needs a pullback, which we're getting right now. So for me, you've got to look at fundamentals. You like fundamentals, right? Which is that we got supply and demand issue, man. I mean, there's also a micro strategy. It's the states, something like 36 states are in the process in America of passing a bill to see whether they're going to have at least 5% of their reserves in digital assets. Might not be Bitcoin, but in digital assets. Now, Texas, did you know that Texas has just passed that bill? But did you also know that it's like the 8th largest economy in the world?
I didn't know.
I didn't know that either, and I kind of doubt that somehow. 8th largest, bigger than countries. But it's a huge economy. It might be the 8th largest, maybe state in America. Maybe it's that. But it's pretty damn powerful, right? And they're going to put 5%. There's a lot of money going in. You've got countries, nations, people voting on, things are happening right now with the halvening last year as well. And you've got... if supply is going down, right, and demand stays constant, prices have to go up.
I know.
But if demand is going up as well as supply, but you're just following the rules.
I'm following the rules, and I think also that there will become a pullback will come. So then I can enter again.
When is the pullback? Write this down, everybody. When is the pullback?
I don't know either.
You heard it here first. Yolanda, go.
I don't know either, but there will be a pullback because you see it often, and it will always be there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my
So,
strategy.
so,
at the
so
moment.
you're saying to people, if they are not in yet, wait for the pullback? Is that what
yes,
you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
Don't buy it at this level.
But what if it goes right now to 120 and then
Yes.
only pulls back to 115 and
Yes, that's always
yeah.
that could.
People generally complain, I can't get in because it's going up, up, up. But then when the pullback comes, I'm like, there you go, there's your pullback, and then they
No.
still don't get in, right?
No,
Unless
but then
you
you
have
are frightened to go in, and then you think, and everybody in the newspapers are telling, oh, it's going down, 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 and then
don't even listen to this.
Stay calm and
newspapers.
just go in it according
Follow
to
the strategy.
Strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Yolanda, you've been really successful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you have any tips, techniques, hints, suggestions, anything for anybody who is maybe, they're busy, like your kids, they're busy, they've either got their own business or they've got a job, but they just want to start building up their wealth?
Just start. And go and find a trustworthy place where you can start and where you get advices, no, not advices, but where they teach you how to do it. And really start with it. And even if you start with 2,000 or with even less, it's really great.
Just start where you are, but just start.
Just start.
You can even start with no money in a demo account, but just start. But I think you're spot on there. Education is, for me, I started in the 90s with education, and I just know it works. So therefore, that's why we teach, because I just know it works. And if there was just, more people learning this. In fact, we're going to launch a product soon, because our mission is to help as many people around the world. So this new product will really allow people to do that. In the meantime, if you want any of the strategies, you said strategy, follow the strategies, just go below in the notes, and you'll be able to get a copy of either the book, or if you're into cryptos, you can get a copy of that as well. Yeah. Please do submit your questions for next time as well. I know it was a bank holiday, right? So people, we didn't manage to alert people. But did you want to say something?
Yes, what I said before, yes. Search for a place where you can, what is trustworthy, because there are so many other things, scams and so on.
So many.
And really try out and ask somebody who is attending how it is, and that it is a good organization, and that you can learn from it, and that you can do it yourself.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But you start yourself. You start with your account. And that is so important. Yes, I tried several, so I know
did you?
it. Yes.
You didn't tell me that. Okay. So hold on, you tried several people before coming to us?
No, I tried several other businesses to go in cryptos, to go in stocks, and it was not a success. So for me, yes, that is really very important.
But now you are successful.
I'm successful.
Fist bump.
Yes.
Boom. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you to our special guest who flew all the way in for this, this series. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, the most precious resource that we have. And for you as well, please leave your questions in the chat for next time. And we look forward to seeing you next week at next week's episode of The Lunchtime Investor. Take care.
Thank you.